All right, welcome back to Plumbing Diagrams. Today we're going to work on, once again, those back to those isometric drawings, converting from the bird's eye view to the isometric. But today we're going to add a little bit of something new into it, is working on drawing the 45-degree angle. So far, pretty much everything you've been doing is isometrics, but on the 90-degree angles, lines that are perpendicular to each other, that keeps you on the solid line. So far, as you've looked at it, you're looking at the grid, you lay out your paper with lines vertically on your paper, and then you've got the 30-degree angles cutting this cross through on the paper, and there's your grid. So far, when you've been doing drawings, you have been going all at right angles, which you might have been doing from the drawing a line on the vertical coming down. You hit to draw a horizontal line, following that line out. And then if you were to come off and do something, maybe it was a lavatory you were drawing, you might have came up here, and it's all following these lines, 90-degree angles out, which has made it a little bit more simple because you've been able to stay on those lines. So today we're going to do some of the plumbing like that at right angles, but we're also going to add in some lines that are going to be drawn on 45-degree angles. So adding in, like if you're drawing for a Y, or an eighth bend. An eighth bend is going to turn 45 degrees. So what's that going to look like on the isometric? So most of you are pretty caught up with your drawings. I've got a few. There's still got a few drawings left to submit to me. But we're going to just go ahead and jump right in on this. So this is what let's just say we're going to lay out for a bathroom. You've got a water closet. What's that the symbol for? A clean out in the back. Let's say the drain coming down this direction. Now this time what we're going to do is we're going to plumb on a 45-degree angle, coming off like this. Another 45 right here. So you've got a Y fitting, an eighth bend turning 45 degrees. Clean out in the back of this, armed over, out, and there's the trap, P-trap for the lavatory. So we got the water closet, a lavatory, there's your vent, and then you're going to put another Y coming off here, over here, and that's going to be for the tub shower. Okay? So if you were to see it, if you looked on the floor plan, now maybe this was the bird's eye design that you did for a floor plan that had real small here. This is what the bathroom would look like. Okay. So if that was the fixtures. There's your walls, your little doorway. So on the floor plan, if you saw the bathroom, probably did a design something like this. And now you're supposed to look at the bird's eye, and convert that over to an isometric drawing. Okay, so how many different angles can you draw on a bird's eye when you're converting that over to isometric? How many possible angles do we have? And I am fighting a sneeze right now. It's going to come sooner or later. Excuse me. Allergy season is here. All right, so if you look at this right here, a little end piece of your isometric paper, we said there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 possible angles of this. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's start right here with our main trunk line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and draw 2 of the angles, and we're going to kind of focus in on those 45 degrees on how to draw those. I'm going to draw 2 of the angles, and then for your homework, I'm going to have you draw the other possible 2 angles, okay? So let's see, I forget what we did last time, but on this one, let's go ahead and I'm going to draw angles. I'm going to select angles 2 and 4. So which is going to put you for your homework drawing angles 1 and 3. Okay, so we're going to pretend when we come down here for angle 2, that's the direction we're going to send this main drain. So let's draw angle number 2 first. So it's going to be shooting us up at about this 30-degree angle here. And I'm going to draw as close as I can without having lines on the board. So what I just drew, following this 30-degree angle up here, is this horizontal line leading to the water closet. When I hit that circle right here for the water closet, hit a circle on the bird's eye is a vertical turn on the isometric. So we're going to turn vertically on the isometric paper. It's a water closet, so I don't have to turn up very far. I'm just underneath the floor, and I'm turning up to the floor level where I'm going to put a water closet flange on it. Okay? Now, so I just drew this circle right here. This right here is not that right there. Okay? See how this looks like that? That is not it. This is the water closet flange up on the top of the circle. So all of that's right here. This right here, even though it looks like it, is what I'm about to add in. You come out the back and a vertical line. That's the clean out, okay? A clean out in the back. This right here is this one right here. I just showed a water closet on the flange on the top of that, okay? So this is what we've got drawn so far, this portion right in here. Here we're coming down. We just drawn all that. Now, this is what we need to add in right now, that 45-degree bend. So far, what we've been doing is just kicking them straight off at 90s, and that's been having you go and follow these other lines. So, but right now, since we're following this way, okay, the 90-degree turn is going to be, let's picture, so we're going to say, well, where does the Y connect? Oh, somewhere in about in the middle of this horizontal line. So somewhere in the middle of this horizontal line, let's just say right about in there is where we're going to make that connection. Now, so if you look at that, you've got this grid pattern, okay, right? There's your vertical coming through. You've got a 30-degree coming through here, and you've got the 30-degree passing through like that, okay? So we're following this line. If we were going to kick down, if we 90'd, if we put like a combination Y and eighth bend, which comes in at 90, that would come down this way, okay? It would come off like this right here. Would have been a 90. But we're not turning 90 degrees. We're doing 45 degrees. So from this angle right here, this is one of the easy ways to show a 45 from this angle, because you're going to see the center points. So if you see this cross grid pattern happening here, so it's going like okay, something like this, okay, where you see in this point, this point, this point, you could draw a straight line across them, okay? And that's what you're going to do. You're going to draw a straight line across the paper. If this is a 90 degree, straight in the middle of that is going to be the 45 degree. So this was actually an easy 45 degree line to see, because you're going to draw it straight across the paper, okay? Going straight across the paper. Now, the next one that we're going to draw, so we just drew this line right here, okay? We get to the end of it, we're going to make a turn and put ourselves in line with the line we just drew over here going to the water closet. So it's going to send us straight back, okay? Circle, which is a vertical turn. It's also going to become the vent. Let's see, we put a clean out in the back. So we'll come out the back and put a clean out. Now, this is all back to stuff that you've done before. Remember, you look at standing here at the end of this line, which is going to be here. You're looking at the vertical, the stack, and you're going to say that's going to arm to my right. So just remember, if it helps you, remember picturing your little guy standing there, right hand, left hand as you're viewing it. So if we picture our little guy standing here, looking this way at the stack, there's your hands. Okay, looking at it, you say, which one's his right hand? It goes off to the right. So you're going to say, oh, well, this is his right hand. Well, look what that arm's doing. It's going this way, right? So you're going to come up here and say if it goes to the right, it's coming down like this. You just drew this line. Then don't forget, that's not a P-trap right on the end. You've got a little 90-degree bend turn right there on the end of it. 90 and straight back out towards you, which is going to be this direction. And now your trap, which is a straight down, dip, and straight back up. Okay, you just drew that, your lavatory with the vent. Now let's come back in. We've drawn all this, your arm out, your trap. We just got this tub line to draw. So you just say, okay, where does the tub tie in? Oh, it ties in on this first line that we 45'd off. So here's the drain to the water closet. You 45'd off right here and right about in the middle. So right about there is where the tub drain attaches. That comes in at another Y. So if you put a 45-degree Y and a 45-degree, if you put that's 45 and 45, that's 90. So the first 45 took you off the line and put you right in the middle. The second 45 is going to put you back on the line and come down this direction, following that 30-degree angle. So we just drew this line. What is that the symbol for? Straight on the end of trap. So straight down, dip, and straight back up is going to be your plumbing. So I'll pause. I'm going to pause for just a second, give you a chance to pause your video if you need to take a look at that. Maybe you want to draw it just so you have something to refer to when you're drawing your angles 1 and 3. So what I just did is I said we were coming, if I pictured this as the vertical right here in the middle, and then I took this main drain coming out angle 2 down like this, okay? So this was angle 2 that we've completed. I'll let you take a look at that for just a second. Pause your video if you need, whatever, okay? All right, welcome back. I'm sure you took a long time studying over that and getting that all drawn out. So now we're going to jump into angle 4. This is just the opposite of angle 2. So whatever you did on angle 2, just do the exact opposite, basically. Now, except your verticals. Don't say, oh, exact opposite. Well, I went up and did a toilet flange. This time I'm going to go down and go over. No, don't do that. But you'll see if you took a horizontal line and went one way, you're going to send it out just the opposite. So now let's pretend the toilet's right here, and we're going to send the drain up towards angle 4. So we just walked around. We looked at it from angle 2, and then we walked around and looking at it now from the back side. So line going down. Then we're going to follow angle 4 up, water closet flange, and a clean out in the back. All right. There you go. So we just drew water closet flange, clean out in the back, and this horizontal drain. Now we're looking at the 45. The 45 on this one. Now, 45 is off to the right. Picture yourself. Remember your little guy standing here? Right hand, left hand, right, left. He's looking at the toilet, okay? So we've got the guy standing down here, and you've got looking at the toilet. Which one? This one is his right hand. This is his left hand, right? So when it takes a Y off, okay, so I'm going to give you the 2 hard angles to do here, aren't I? I tell you what, I want to show you a different angle. That one is actually going to come off looking right on the 45 as well. So I would like to show you, let's skip this one a little bit. Let me jump over here. Let me do angles 2 and 3. 2 and 3. Have you doing what's that, 4? Let's try this one here. See what this is going to make it. I want you to see both ways that you have to draw a 45. Sometimes 45s go straight across your paper, and that would be drawn at a true 45. Sometimes, though, you have to kind of cheat the angle because otherwise you wouldn't be able to tell, is that pipe going vertical straight up in the air, which is drawn like a real 45, or do we have to cheat it? So I'm gonna show you through that. So let's do angle 3 versus angle 4. So we're gonna put the toilet is gonna be now right here in the middle. We're gonna follow angle 3, which sends this line up this way. Water closet flange on the top, clean out in the back. Okay. Now your little guys here looking at the toilet this way. Say, what's his right hand? Oh, this is his right hand. That's his left hand. So you look at your original. We 45'd off to the right. So if we 90'd off to the right, it would follow his arm, right? Come find here in the middle and say that if we followed that line down, that would be a 90. But we're not 90ing it. We're putting it on a 45. So a 45 would be right in the middle and it's going to send you straight up and down on the paper. Now that's actually a true 45 is if I actually drew it straight up and down. Well, I got a little lean, but if you went straight up and down, that's a true 45. But that is too hard to tell. You would look at it and say, is that going like dropping vertically down or what is that doing? So what we're going to have to do on the 45s where it goes either vertical or down on the paper, you're going to have to cheat them a little bit. Now going straight across the paper, keep them the same, go straight across the paper. But on the when you 45 off to the left, which but you going up, or actually that would be go straight across the paper. But this one, since it's to the right, is going to be going straight down. But I'm going to have you cheat that a little bit, lean it in, so you're coming off of all the lines. You're not on any line there, but you're bringing that in just a little bit so that you can see that's not a vertical. It's a 45, and then you're going to kick. Then we kick back with another 45. Going to send us, but now we're back onto a line again. We get down here for the lavatory circle. It goes straight up, becomes vent, clean out in the back. Now you're standing on the end, still looking at the stack. It goes to your right, coming off to the right. So you're up here, coming off to your right. You're going to be following this line coming down. Then it 90s out of the wall, comes straight back at you. Trap on the end of it, straight down, dip, and straight back up is the trap for that. Okay? Now, we still got to add in that tub. So about halfway in the middle of that one, so which puts us right about here, we're going to put another Y, which is going to put you back onto the lines and sending it back this way. Came this way with a trap symbol on the end of it. Straight down, dip, and straight back up. Okay? And there you have it. There is your drawing from angle number 3. I know I started by saying we're going to do angles number 2 and angles number 4. But you weren't going to see anything different on that one. I wanted to be able to show you what happens when you have to cheat it. So now when you go to drawing angles number 1 and angle 4, on one of them, you're going to draw, the line is going to go straight across your paper. And then on the other one, you're going to have to cheat your angle a little bit, okay? So it's going to be a little bit of a lean one way versus going straight up on the paper. Be like, oh, is that going vertical? So you're going to be able to say, no, it's not going vertical. We're going to show you that it's 45 because we're going to not go vertical. We're going to put a little bit of a lean on that line so that you could tell it's actually a Y. But I'm going to leave that one on there for a second, giving you a chance to pause your video, taking a look at that drawing right there, and getting down any notes on that one. So, okay, for your assignment, you're going to be completing angles number 1 and number 4 of this bird's eye. You're going to convert that to isometric. Where you're getting really close to your final test, and you're getting really close to everything you need to know. Once you've got this is kind of like a final piece to the puzzle for all your drainage and waste section. We do need to have some lessons on venting. So far what we've been doing for a vent is just say, oh, there's the vent, and we'll send it straight up. But what we need to do is to say, what's those vents going to look like when we start to have multiple vents throughout a house and we need to connect them back together? If I want this vent to connect to this vent, go to the main vent, and then that'll go through up through the roof. So it becomes it's not a real difficult thing, but we do need to have a lesson or two on it. Make sure everybody's got that down. So um, go ahead and um, work on those. Get those submitted. We'll I got the week to work on those. Just bring them. We'll talk about bringing them into class and getting those graded and give you any feedback on those that you need. If you got any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. I look forward to seeing how you do on them. All right. See you next time.